bank that puts the community in community bank. Look no further than Country Bank. But we didn't visit them to talk about interest rates or home loans. We met with Corporate Outreach Officer Deb Gagnon in Ware, in one of their 14 locations, and we talked about what Country Bank does for its students. Deb, thank you so much for inviting us to the bank here. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
You have a scholarship program. You've been doing it for years and years. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Country Bank loves to help out in the community, and we know how hard it is these days to achieve higher education and the cost of it. So we wanted to do our part and help. So we offer a $5,000 scholarship to 16 of our area high schools. We're reaching from Leicester to Wilbraham and in between. They're public high schools. And we just give that to the guidance counselors. What we do is we give the award to the school, and then they choose the student. So the criteria is really up to the school. Some is financial needs, some is community service, some is great, GPA. You know, you may have the valedictorian receiving it, but then in other instances you may not. So there really isn't anything that we choose. We want to give it to the school and let them decide. We feel that they know the best student to receive the scholarship.
It's so nice that you include community service, though, because I know Country Bank does so much. You raise nearly $700,000 every year for charity and donate so much of your time, so it's important that you look at that. And that $5,000 goes a long way, because college is pretty expensive these days.
It is, and I've been getting the calls from the recipients, and they're just so grateful, and it's really been a pleasure to speak to them and to just hear their stories and say, you know, to hear them say, I was just so shocked, and thank you so much. It's a great part of the job. So you have a copy of our community magazine, and in June we will actually have a feature article about the scholarship dinner with listing all of the recipients and all of the schools that participated, and maybe a little bit of brief story about the fun we had that I'm sure we're going to have up at Old Sturbridge Village.
How nice is that? The kids get a big check, and they also get a mention in this magazine.
Yes.
Now, Deb, if people are interested in applying, you have an event coming up at Old Sturbridge Village, is that right?
I do. The applications are already in, so there's no more applying now. But the event is May 20th, and it'll be at the Country Bank Education Center at Old Sturbridge Village, where we decided to do a dinner this year so that we could actually meet each of the recipients rather than going to the different graduation ceremonies, and you know, then we become just kind of in the crowd of what they get. It's just such a whirlwind of a day.
Oh, definitely.
So this way, Paul Scully, our CEO and president, will be actually giving each scholarship recipient their gift and meeting them, and we'll all get to have dinner with them and meet their parents and the principals of each of the high schools.
What a tremendous opportunity.
It's going to be great.
Now, people can't apply this year, but if there are people out there, they're watching and they're intrigued about next year, to have that $5,000, how can they apply for the scholarship?
Well, what they need to do is contact their guidance counselor, and there will be a little spot on our website at www.countrybank.com, and under the community tab, and there's a scholarship section, and it gives a little brief overview and can tell you, you know, just exactly when they can start applying. But I would suggest that you get in touch with the guidance counselors at your school, because they are really the ones that
can help you out
with all of it. Yeah.
Deb, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be at your bank. And the great part that I'm noticing about Country Bank is you're a bank, but you also help students. And for years and years, you go out in the community and do community service. And
yes.
It really speaks highly of the bank and its employees.
It's a great part of the job, and it's wonderful to be involved in all of the different communities in our area.
To learn more about Country Bank's scholarship program, you can give them a call at 1-800-322-8233, or you can visit their website, countrybank.com.